Hey everyone, and welcome again to another video basic fishing. Now today's video I wanted to talk about something I've seen on the internet, on YouTube specifically, on a piece of equipment that seems to be very popular for Aussies as they use a lot of live baits out there, particularly on light tackle, and that is the Poggy style mullet trap. Now I've already tested this out, and to be honest, of all the traps that are out there, this is no doubt the most reliable to use because where do I start? What I find fascinating about this is that it's nothing more but a box with a hole, and you put your bait inside, and basically what that does is that the fish can see the bait, smell the bait, but because the pieces are not swimming in like through the trap like a mesh trap or anything like that, instead of going out of this hole, the fish are forced to enter inside this box to find a free meal inside, and mostly the bait will be concealed around the corners, meaning that they'll swim into the corners, and because of that they won't be able to find their way back out. I've already used this, and here are the results. I mean, the big ones are caught on the sabiki, but it goes to show that it does work. Let's hope there's something inside. Oh my gosh! Wow! Oh my god! Oh yep, there's a large one, which is more than I can say on the other traps I've used in the past, which attracted nothing but the gross species of fish as well as other sea creatures. But this trap, it does work, but in my opinion it only works if you're going after tiny live baits. The big live baits, like, you have to use a bigger box, but also depends on which area you're fishing. I mean, it does work, don't get me wrong, but I think the cast net produces a better result, because the cast net, because of the mesh size, it only allows the bigger fish to be trapped while the smaller fish are able to escape. But anyway, I'll showcase you on how to use this. So for bait, all I'm using is a loaf of bread, and for weight I'll be using sand. So all I gotta do is open this, get a bit of water, a bit of sand to weigh it down. Now half of this bread I will squash up into a pulp so that the juices are all leaking out in the inside. I'll also add a bit more sand, and the rest I'll just rip it apart so it floats around. Just conceal it. And now I basically wade out to my knees, and I just put it here. And I also do squish more bread around, so I add a bit of current, and the trap is set. All I gotta do now is wait for the bait fish to turn up. I mean, it doesn't take that long, and most of the live bait that I caught so far are really small, but I do hope a bigger specimen will turn up. Gee, look at that boat. So for those who can see that, there are the live baits inside around the trap, and I have to say, I'm impressed that this is actually working. I can see some are going in and some are going out. The majority of them are small, but the fact that this actually works impresses me a lot. So I consider this a very, very great success. The trap's been there for a while now. I want to see. Whoa! I wonder if anyone can see that. There was a few. Let's see if I got any. So, yep, I've got a... Well, I didn't get much as I did before. Yes, there's one. Yep. So this goes to show that this method does work, which is really cool. But I think I'll release them. But let's see how much I got. Oh, there they are. Alright, well, as you've seen, people, the method works like a charm. Although there wasn't much live bait as I expected, so maybe the good tip I like to add is keep the bait to the bottom and only a little to the top. That way the bait fish can't escape, can't just feed around the entrance of the door too easily. Let's give that another go. Okay, I think the trap's been out there for a while now. If I can find it, that is. Oh, there it is. Yep. Let's see how much I've got it this time. Oh, yep. That's a better load. That is a better load. Oh dear. Some of these guys. Look at that. Oh, it's a tiny one. Not a bad sized fish there, actually. Look at that. Oh wow, look at that. That's really cool. There's a big one right there. Although, if I have to admit, when I see a group of fish clustered together like that very closely, it reminds me of the animated movie Watership Down, when the rabbits were being smothered to death by the diggers. That animated sequence was really disturbing. But they also recently put out a live version, which is equally cool. But check that out. That goes to show that this works. Alright, so the next step is to take them out. How I constructed this was I basically drilled 4 holes at the corner, small holes so the water can enter, and a big hole where the bait fish can enter. That's how it's done. Alright, let's get the small ones out. Alright, the smaller guy and some of the small medium-sized ones can also stay. And the rest of these small guys can go to live for another day. Yep. There we go. They're a bit stunned, but they'll get around. The Poggy Marler trap really does work after all. So the pros of using this Poggy Marler style trap is that it catches the livey all at once. You don't need such special attention like you do with a sabiki, and no matter what you're doing, you're not working too hard to get them. But the con is that you end up catching a lot of small bait fish, and you only got like one big live bait out of the whole bunch. So if I have to be honest, this Pokemon Mala trap is only good if you are live baiting with light tackle and in an area where you don't need to use like heavy duty gear like here, for example. Plus, if you're also after species that aren't too big, so if you're after like Kawai or Snapper, this would be an ideal tool to use. Nonetheless, this is the first ever trap I've used that actually worked. So yeah, I hope all of you have learned something from that Pokemon trap. And if you're keen on getting one, go for it.